So here I am in the month I wait for all winter, the merry month of May, and I'm standing on the edge of the Bluebell Woods, and you can hear in the background the steam trains, because below me is the river and on the other side is the yard where the steam trains come and go, and representing the age of man and the machine. It was the beginning of the industrial age that destroyed so much of what was so green and quiet and beautiful on the Emerald Islands that we call home. But today I'm just going to take you down into one of my favourite, most magical places in the woods as a celebration of May and the beginning of the time of the fairy. So May was always heralded with a massive ritual celebration and fire festival to celebrate the coming of the great god of fire, Beltane. I love the name, it's like the banging of a drum. But here, as I'm moving slowly into these ancient bluebell woods, I'm just reminded of what is gentle, what's really sacred, what remains, and how nature valiantly, where she is allowed to, unfolds, puts on her best frock, and dazzles the eye. So at Beltane, the Celts would light fires, and they would send their animals through the smoke, because it was believed that there was a great cleansing ritual, and beneficent forces would then take care of the animals and the village and the land. The Celts also really believed in gratitude. They believed that ingratitude created a kind of dark morass and pushed you through the veil into the darkness of bitterness, fear, resentment, anger, and evil would only lead down the dark tunnel. So there was a great Thanksgiving in May, a great celebration of fertility and renewal and rebirth of life and flowers and the stars and the sun and the birds and all the wonderful things of this incredible world that we live in, which is all held within what the ancients called the anima mundi, the world's soul, of which, of course, we are all a part. It was Parmenides who coined the term, the anima mundi, and they could see the soul of the world encapsulated in the galaxies and the earth herself, a living being. And as it is said, everything is alive and magic is afoot. When you watch nature, you can see that it is perfectly okay, and that life is always born again in a new form. Each bluebell here is brand new, growing from the bulbs and the roots of its ancestors. Earth is alive, magic is afoot. And as the days get longer, our energy lifts, our verve increases. I always find by midsummer it's hard to sleep sometimes, because life is just calling us. But here, all I can smell is moss and garlic and the fust of leaves and clean air given by the trees breathing out. Thank God for May, the wonderful wonderful month of May. And this, I feel, demands only silence. So for as long as anyone can remember, the women especially, but the men and the women would dance around the maypole tree, weaving together a multicoloured braid to represent the web of life. There were great celebrations of this fertility and vigour of life, and there were many hand fastings and marriages and conceptions of children, and it was believed that if a child was conceived on May Day, they would have certain magical abilities. They would be blessed. What can I say more about this extraordinary month that always fills me with so much hope after the long winter and the grey and the dark, and one is surrounded by the hope of nature, by the magical, by the eternal, by that which comes and goes and comes and goes and comes and goes. God bless this beautiful earth.